Hello friends, let us understand the first method of solution of the quadratic equation, that is the factorization method. Before understanding what is the factorization method, let us understand what are factors or what are roots of the equation. Formal definition of the roots of the equation is, in the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the value of x which satisfies this equation is called as the root of equation. To understand this, let us consider an example. Let us take an equation x square plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. To find the factors of this equation or the roots of this equation, we know that there is a factorization method. But until now, we have not studied the factorization method. So how would we find the roots of this equation? We can find the root of this equation by trial and error. Let us first substitute x is equal to 0 in this equation. If we substitute x is equal to 0 in this equation, we would get the equation as 0 into 0 plus 2 into 0 minus 3 is equal to 0. We can see that we have LHS as minus 3 and RHS as 0. That means the equation is not satisfying or the equation is not solved. Now let us consider x is equal to 1. When we consider x is equal to 1, the equation would be 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1 minus 3 is equal to 0. Now if we solve the left hand side, we would get 3 minus 3, that would be equal to 0. That means left hand side is equal to right hand side. Therefore we can say that when we substitute x is equal to 1, the equation is satisfying. That means the value of x is equal to 1 is the root of the given equation. But there are two roots to the quadratic equation. We have found out the one root, right? For second root, it would take us much longer time if we do trial and error method. For this, let us learn the method of factorization. Let us understand the factorization method by splitting the middle term. Let us take the previous example, that was x square plus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. In the method of splitting the middle term should be written in such a way that we could factorize the equations easily. First step to solve the equation by factorization method is to compare the equation with the standard form, that is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. After comparison, we would get the coefficients as a equal to 1, b equal to 2 and c equal to minus 8. The second step is to take the product of coefficients of first term, that is a equal to 1, and third term, that is c equal to minus 8. Therefore, the product would be a into c is equal to 1 into minus 8, that is equal to minus 8. The third step is to factorize the product of a and c. We will take two factors as x and y. Therefore, the factorization of 8 would be 4 and minus 2, minus 4 and 2, 8 and minus 1, minus 1 and 8. Fourth step is to take factors of product and add or subtract them to get the middle term. That is x plus y is equal to b or x minus y is equal to b, where x and y are factors of the product of a and c. We can see that the factor 4 and minus 2 when added gives us plus 2, which is the coefficient of second term, that is 2x, which implies that 2x can be written as 4x minus 2x. Therefore, our equation would be x square plus 4x minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. We can take x common from first two terms and minus 2 common from last two terms. Therefore, the equation would be x into x plus 4 minus 2 into x plus 4, that would be equal to 0. We can write this as x minus 2 into x plus 4 is equal to 0. As we have earlier discussed how to find the value after the factorization, we could equate both x minus 2 and x plus 4 to 0 and find the value of x. X minus 2 is equal to 0, then the value of x would be 2. And if x plus 4 is equal to 0, the value of x would be minus 4. Therefore, the value of x that we have got here is 2 and minus 4. We can say that 2 and minus 4 are the roots of the given equations or the zeros of the given equation. The question given to us here is, solve the equation by factorization method. The equation is 5x square minus 9x minus 38 is equal to 0. What we have done in our previous example was, we have taken the coefficients of first term and the last term and multiplied them, and we would get the product of those coefficients and factorize the product in such a way that the addition or the subtraction of the factors would be equal to the middle term. In this question, we have a as 5, b as minus 9, c as minus 38. So the product of first and last term, that is 5 into minus 38, that will be equal to minus 190. Let us take the factors of minus 190. Factors of minus 190 are 10 into minus 19, that is the simple factor, or minus 10 into 19, or we could say and minus 38 into 5. So here you can clearly see that the first factors, that is minus 19 and 10, when added gives us the middle term, that is b. So minus 19 plus 10 would be equal to minus 9. It is equal to our middle term. Therefore, we could easily write this equation as 5x square minus 19x plus 10x minus 38 is equal to 0. From the first two terms, that is 5x square minus 19x, we can take x as common, and from the last two terms, 10x minus 38, we can take 2 as common. Right? So our equation would be x into 5x minus 19 plus 2 into 5x minus 19. Therefore, we can write this equation as x plus 2 into 5x minus 19, that is equal to 0. Therefore, we have already discussed, if we have two terms multiplied to 0, either of the terms would be 0 or both of the terms would be 0. If we consider first term as 0, that is x plus 2 is equal to 0, we would get the value of x as minus 2. And if we consider second term as 0, that is 5x minus 19 is equal to 0, we would get the value of x as 19 by 5. We can clearly see that how we have solved the equation by the factorization method, how we have splitted the middle term by taking the product of first and last term and then adding the factors of the product to get the value of middle term, right? So this is the procedure that you have to follow to solve the equation by the factorization method.